$2,000 a month, and my rent is $16.
What's up, TikTok? You know what I hate? Being rent broke. And what I mean by that is you spend all this money to live in an apartment, X amount of dollars a year, but then you go apply for a home loan and your credit's not a 700 or 800, you get denied. It's crazy. It's crazy. 3 years, paid over 100K to live in an apartment. Then you want to go buy a house. Got 2 sustainable incomes, and it's still not enough. It's still not enough. And after the whole pandemic, you're stuck in this renter / home buying thing that doesn't even make sense. Everybody's being outbid. Say you want to go buy a house that's 400K, you're not going to get it. First time home buyer, never purchased a home, still can't get there. Gonna need $60,000 down. But it's okay for me to spend $100,000 on an apartment for 3 years. Rent's too high. Cost of living's too high, especially in New Jersey. Where do you have time to save? Regular bills, daycare, everything that's there. And listen, I'm blessed. I got more than most, and I'm proud of that, and I'm thankful. But this housing market and renting, it's almost impossible to get out of this limbo.
Does anybody else miss the days where you could rent like a house or an apartment for like $1,000? Like, I remember first moving out on my own, and I think my apartment was like maybe like $945 or something like that. Like, really wasn't that bad. And now we just moved to the south, got a new house, paying rent, and we're paying $2,100. And I know that might not be a lot to some of you guys, but for rent, that is crazy. Does anybody else miss the days where you could rent like a house or an apartment for like $1,000? Like, I remember first moving out on my own, and I think my apartment was like maybe like $945 or something like that. Like, really wasn't that bad. And now we just moved to the south, got a new house, paying rent, and we're paying $2,100. And I know that might not be a lot to some of you guys, but for rent, that is crazy.
Yes, it is crazy, and it's due to the fact that the New World Order is taking shape. Okay, they are pushing the interest rates up so that they can bring in their digital currency, and this is happening really globally. Okay, Lebanon, Venezuela are prime examples of it. All right, the food going up. All of this is orchestrated by the international banking families in order to pretty much bring in the New World Order, which is going to be the digital currency, all right, in which it's going to be run on a blockchain to be the central bank digital currency, all right, in which they're going to usher in universal basic income. And that's the reason why they have to put you in straits, okay, in hard times, okay, so that you will bow down to their universal basic income, and they can usher in this digital currency. All right. Currently now, I'm going through the same thing. Okay, I started out paying $900 a month in a rent where I was living at for the last 10 years, and then my landlord raised the rent when things started, when BlackRock came in and bought up all the houses. He raised the rent to $1,200, and right now as we speak, he's selling the house, and I can't find nothing under $1,600, okay, a month. All right, so that's what the curses are all about too, okay, for Judah. Okay, so if you're renting right now, what you have to understand is that you are in a very vulnerable state, no matter even if you're paying the high rent. If you're paying the high rent, they can always choose to raise your rent even higher than that. Okay, so we're under the curses. Okay, just as the Bible said, we will be under the curses of the Lord. Okay, so second Esdras 16 verses 21. Behold, victuals shall be good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. And that's where we are today. You know, people are confused. They're like, you know, why are they doing this? Oh, this can't be profitable. I mean, can't be in their minds, they thinking that there are righteous people that are governing the earth. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay. So let me go to Isaiah chapter 30, I guess. We'll go verses 1. It says, Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and they cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So you trust in the shadow of Egypt. In the modern day, Egypt is America, Babylon the Great, because the Lord speaks in similitudes. All right, and he does not change. Okay. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow, in which a shadow is here today, is fleeting, and is gone tomorrow, of Egypt, your confusion. All right. So when we go to Hosea 4:12 and 10, I think that's what it is. It explains. All right. And it reads, I have also spoken by the prophets. So the Lord speaks through his men. You know, they're on the highways and byways, the Hebrew Israelites. And I have multiplied visions, and this is the point, and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophet. So he used similar things. Egypt today is America, okay? It's modern day America, all right? And it's going to be destroyed by the Most High, all right? Okay, all right, let's go to Psalms 37. Okay. All right, and this is Psalm of David, Psalm 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Okay, and that would be the Edomites, the so-called rulers of today. All right, and the reason why is verse 2. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. And what he's talking about is the so-called Edomites, the so-called international banking families and their lineage. Okay, all right, the Edomites that are ruling the world today. All right, trust in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and do good, so shall thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Okay, what is he going to bring to pass? The prophecies. Okay, he's saying he's going to take them out of rulership and put Jacob, the Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics in rulership. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Verse 7, rest in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospers in the way. All right, and that's the ones who conquered us, the Edomites, so-called white man, and the other nations that rule over us. Okay. All right, it says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospers in the way. They're prospering in the way. Okay, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. This is a wicked device in order to it's gonna affect the Israelites the most, because we're at the bottom. Okay, it's very difficult for us to get high paying jobs. Okay, unless we, go to college, school, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, it affects us the most. All right. But them, on the other hand, they're able to get these high paying jobs without having a whole lot of education or whatever. All right. So it says, rest in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and wait patiently upon him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospers in the way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Okay, again, the wicked device being this high rent. Okay, BlackRock came in and purchased at 1% the housing, all the housing in America. Okay, and then they rented them out. They're basically renting them out at a high astronomical price. Okay, and then you have for Jacob, okay, the tribes of Israel, they're basically competing against the other nation, the Edomites and the other nations. Okay, so that's even a problem. Okay, so when you go in with the limited inventory of housing, this is what I found. With the limited inventory of housing, it's going to be based not upon your credit and how well you've been making your payments. It's going to be based upon you as a nation, you as a people. They're going to be looking at you personally. Okay, and that's what I've experienced. Okay, so at the end of the day, it's painstaking. I've finally found a place. All right, but like I said, it's double what I was paying before. I mean, almost double. Okay, all right. I started at 9, 12, and now 16, and you can't really guarantee that it's gonna stay 16. Okay, all right, because you just don't know what's gonna happen. The future holds. All right. So that's the times that we're living in. All right, we're still under the curses that have been brought upon us by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and we're subject to payments. All right, so let's read those two scriptures at Deuteronomy 28th chapter and the 15th verse. All right, and this has come upon us because of our ancestors. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it should come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay. Then when we go to Baruch 3 and 8, and that's what this is happening. All right. Baruch 3 and 8. Because they're going to lean toward their own people. These realtors, okay? They're going to lean toward their own people to get them in the houses first before you, Jake. All right. Let me give you an example. It took being approved 3 times in order to approve twice and then turn down twice. Okay. Then approve the 3rd time to get something. All right. And that's paying for the credit report and background check for all 3. All right. So that's how it's went for me. So understand that we are under the curses. Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, our power. So this is the reason why rent is up. Currently, we're headed to Jacob's trouble, all right, which is the great tribulation, which is going to cover the whole world. All right. Okay. And this is what we're anticipating. And with that, I say all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the believers, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Shalom.